Underworld Evolution is a vampire horror movie sequel. And before we get started, I know you're wondering, where was I? Where have I been? Well, good news. Ended up making some big life changes and getting this pretty good job, but unfortunately, it comes with a lot of responsibility and being busy and a different shift that I'm not used to. So I kind of put some things on the back burner, and this was one of them. Now, a little backstory on this: I started watching this movie right before I got the job over a month ago. So it's been like a month and a half since I seen this movie. I got to like the last 25 minutes of it and didn't finish it. So I finished it up, and here we are right now. We're gonna try our best to get through this and talk about it. So the movie is a sequel to the first, Underworld, which is about vampires that beef out with werewolves, and the werewolves are just losing. In the first one, I have a review on it. Basically, vampires are kind of the bad guys. You kind of think the vampires are the good guys. Well, in this one, this takes place right after the first one. So we just basically witnessed our main character kill the head honcho that was in charge of the vampires. So now she can't go back to the vampires, and she has the dude that's half werewolf, half vampire with her. And they're just trying to survive while they're kind of being hunted by both sides. Well, one of the other big daddies of the vampire clan, Marcus, he is the actual very first vampire. He gets resurrected, and he's pissed. He's like, what's happening? I shouldn't have been resurrected. Well, he realizes Victor is dead, which gives him basically the idea, oh, since Victor's dead, I should revive my brother, the very first werewolf, who's not a good person. I guess none of them are. And the movie is about our two main characters trying to escape everybody, trying to kill him, while also trying to stop Marcus from resurrecting. Or not resurrecting, but basically he was trapped, untrapping him and setting him free to wreak havoc, because yeah, dude's a menace and he creates werewolf armies, and these werewolves are insane. And yeah, that's the movie. So my review to Underworld Evolution. And yeah, once I started watching the movie, it all kind of flooded back. I definitely remember a lot of what was going on. I usually remember stuff about movies because, you know, it was a good one. This is a pretty decent movie. It literally kind of does everything better than the first movie, but I think I like the story of the first one a little better than the second one. But yeah, so it all came flooding back. One of the main things about the second one is it was a lot more gorier than the first one. So this one had a lot more like blood and gore, which I liked. Also, the first one, the transformations were kind of like iffy. You know, I didn't want to say too much, but yeah, those weren't good animations in the first one. While in this one, Evolution, they definitely make them a lot better. I mean, it's still not like something amazing, but it's definitely a lot better. I just like the first one. I like the decor, I like the feeling, I like the atmosphere of these movies, that kind of gothic feel. I think these are pretty good movies, and the second one did everything better than the first one. But I think when I think about it, I like the first one's story a little better because it had betrayal and it set up for everything. Now, one thing about these movies is the practical effects are a little hit or miss. Like, sometimes they'll look practical and the werewolves will look really good, and then sometimes they look CGI. Kind of like the first movie, but a little better because the CGI obviously got better. That's still kind of eh. And another thing, and this is kind of from like a a story plot, if I could talk right. Jeez, I'm not editing that out. But I'm not sure if they explain it more in later movies because there's 5 movies and this is the only second one. But yeah, so he's supposed to, our main character, the half werewolf, half Lycan, like, besides us seeing that he can die and come back, I'm not really seeing what makes him so crazy that the first movie was all about making him. They gotta do more with that. I'm a little disappointed in dude. I mean, yeah, he's badass, but I'm expecting him to be like a god, and it's just not happening. But there's more movies, and also I feel like the end of this movie, when Marcus dies and they can just stand in the sun now, like, it led me to think that the vampire curse was broken. So in my mind, shouldn't this be like the last movie? I don't know. Either or, pretty good movie. I liked everything. So my recommendation to Evolution Underworld is, I would definitely recommend this. This could honestly probably be not highly recommended, but it had been too long in between. I don't remember like how I was feeling when I first watched it. Definitely enjoyed the end of the movie. There was some pretty cool parts. I forgot to mention there was this helicopter part that was really cool. Yeah. So all in all, I definitely recommend them. The first one and second one are pretty good. These are pretty good movies. I wonder, because I've never really heard too much about these movies. Like, I've seen the first one a bunch, but not like ever really seen people talk about these. I wonder if the quality just dramatically drops off or if it stays the same, because so far it's not bad. And with all that being said, that is all over. Now, for where I'm at, and if you've made it this far, I am making a brand new channel, as I've noticed with the whole working thing that watching movies and doing reviews on them are going to be a lot more scarce than it used to be, but I still want to make a bunch of content, so I'm going to make a brand new channel. Stay tuned for that, and it's basically just going to be me talking about horror, anything from like horror stories, horror history, talking about some horror movies that I've seen that I really like, horror collectibles, just anything horror. That's what I'm going to be talking about. I don't want to put that stuff on this channel because this is all horror movie reviews, and we're just going to stick with that being that. But I'm pretty excited for this new channel. I think it's going to be really, really good, and I'll have a lot more time to do that because I could just get on and record something real quick. I don't have to watch an hour and a half, 2-hour movie first or whatever. So yep, look forward to that. Now the next thing is, I don't think I'm going to watch the third Underworld right now. Usually don't do that. I always watch everything if it's a bunch of them and then go on to the next. But I gotta watch these Poltergeist movies that turns out I didn't watch. Can't believe I haven't seen the Poltergeist movies in a long time. I'm going to rewatch those and then basically do some content on my other channel with that, and then I'm going to get back into the Underworld. Like, subscribe, do all that fancy stuff. Please support this. It's going to be a lot more, and I'm going to try to step the quality up of all my videos coming forward. I think I'm also going to start doing different stuff with just the movie reviews. My cats are funny. But yeah, so stay tuned. It's going to be good. So